What's up, guys, and welcome to Extreme Paint Studio. Dave Bristow here. Today we're going to be talking about what tools I use. You've seen in a couple of the tutorials that I've done, like the cat tutorial and the portrait tutorial with the roses, that I use particular tools. And I want to share with you exactly what tools are in my toolbox. You don't have to go out there and spend thousands of pounds on stuff that you ain't going to use, because that happens, right? When I first started many moons ago, I bought loads of stuff that I never even used, and it just sat there and gathered dust, and I ended up throwing it all away. So I want to make sure you're buying the right tools to be able to achieve any of this work that you see me do, and make sure you've got those in your toolbox. So when it comes to a tutorial that you see on the channel that you want to have a go at, you've got the right tools in your toolbox. Today, I'm going to go through my erasing tools, and I'm going to go through my stencils and everything that I use, okay? I'm going to paint some hair or fur, and then you can basically sort of see the tools that I'm using. If you're not aware of them, then it's going to be amazing for you. If you are aware of them, then just, keep watching, and you might find something that I use that you haven't got. So it's worth a good look. On another note, I obviously posted up the cat tutorial. That's a very long tutorial, right? It's wildlife, so it takes a lot of time to get, the fur looking right and everything like that. But it's about a 2-hour long tutorial. And believe me, that's cut down a bit as well. So it's probably took about 6 hours to paint. So what I need to know from you guys is that too long? Is that way too long? Do you want to stick to more basic stuff, or do you want the hyper realistic stuff? I've got fantasy art, I've got portraits, I've got mechanical art, so things like the Terminator, things like Harley Davidson engines. We've got all kinds, but they're quite lengthy videos. So I just need to know from you guys, the subscribers out there. I like to call you my extremists now. To all you extremists or subscribers, whatever we want to call it, I need to know from you whether that is going to be something you want to see. Or is it the shorter videos? So they're like the 10 to 15 minute tips and tricks that you want to see more of. So drop in the comments below what you would prefer to see, the lengthy videos or the short ones. On another couple of notes, we are moving into new premises. So I'm going to be showing you the new premises. At the moment, it's basically it's empty shell. It's a shell, this unit, but it's allowing us to house the teaching area in with the custom paint area. So what we're going to be doing is the whole top mezzanine floor of the workshop will be the teaching area, and the store and everything where you can buy all your equipment and all that kind of stuff. And then downstairs is all the custom paint house. So all the bikes, the trikes, the cars, the vans, whatever we're painting will be the downstairs part. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really excited about getting in the unit, getting it cleared out, and getting it extremed up, because it doesn't look anything like our brand or our company or anything like that at the moment. So that's going to be exciting. Actually painting a mural on the wall as well. I'll be doing that. That's exciting. And also we've got a new website being built, and on that website is going to be everything about Extreme, what we do on the bike side of things and the trikes. This probably a little bit about the YouTube channel and the classroom classes. So as of end of January, I think, or the start of February, we are launching in the new premises. We'll be launching our new classroom classes for the year. So there'll be foundation days if you're a beginner, and you want to start out the right way. So there'll be 1 day or 2 day foundation days. And then we've got additional classes which we're going to be doing, which is the portrait, the fantasy, the mechanical art, all that kind of stuff, and advanced airbrushing. So there'll be lots of courses coming through. And also on the website, you'll see our online academy. So if you want to study from your own home and still be mentored by me, every step of your journey, we can do it that way. I send out a box with all of the materials in the academy. As long as you've got an airbrush and a compressor, that's all you need. The rest is in the box for you to complete the academy, and it will expedite your journey massively. You know, with my critiquing of every project that you do, phone call per week after each assignment to make sure you're hitting the right criteria to move on to the next project, then we should get you there fairly quickly and get you painting awesome art quick. So without further ado, I'm going to show you all the tools that we're using, and I'm going to show you just on something like realistic hair, how I achieve that by using these tools. If you need more information, just drop a comment in the comments below, and we'll get back to you. All right, enjoy the video, guys. We'll speak soon. Hi guys, so I wanted to talk to you about all of the tools that I use, the erasing tools and the stenciling tools, basically what's in my toolbox when I come to paint projects. The first tools I want to talk to you about is the glass fiber pen. So essentially it's a 3mm glass fiber pen that has a rod of fibers that are pushed together using the claw, and I have about 1mm poking out the end, and that the claw actually makes all the fibers come tight together. It's a very aggressive eraser when it comes to airbrushing, but you need to be using the right surface, and I'll talk to you about surfaces in a minute. But if you want to go straight back to basically what is your base paint, so to create a highlight, let's just say you've got a white base and you've painted a load of shading black on top, then you can erase back to the board very quickly, or back to your white base paint, which really gives you a bright highlight. So that's where the glass fiber comes in. Then we've got the dual-sided eraser, which you've seen before in the erasing video that I put up, which is the pink and then the white side. The pink is for soft highlights or erasing mistakes out, as I showed in the video. The white side is a little bit more coarse, so it will go through the paint a little bit quicker, but it doesn't give you a kind of soft tone like the pink side does. It's more aggressive, so it will take off the paint that much quicker. It's great for texturing, so if you want to add a load of texture in and then spray back over the top, you can actually see those textures through your transparent paint. So this is probably one of my go-to erasing tools in every project. The next one is the Tombow, we call this, which is a rod of rubber, a bit like the glass fiber, but it's soft like the pink side of the dual-sided eraser. It's 3mm, same as the glass fiber, so it's very small highlights if you're looking to do small highlights. And what I tend to do with this one is I'll have 1mm poking out the top again. I'll erase using the edge of it because it's a sharp corner, so I'll get a nice thin line, but it won't be as harsh as the glass fiber. It will be quite soft. So I'll cut the end off to get rid of any paint that's been sat on the top, and then I'll go again, and that will give me the highlight, and then that will gather up paint again on the end, so I cut the end off again just using an X-Acto knife. I'll just trim the end like that and then go again. Okay, and then we've got obviously the scalpel or the X-Acto knife. I'm using a standard Swan's scalpel with a 10A blade. Straight blade, not a curved blade. And I'll use this for highlighting edges on metals. I'll use it within hair to put the fine details within hair, you know, and obviously cutting your masking as well. So there's lots that I use the X-Acto knife for. Then I've got obviously my trusted lollipop stick, which we use for splatter technique. So I bounce the paint off the end and create
I guess rock. It can create starry skies, which we've done in a previous video. It's a handy tool to have in your toolbox. Then I've got two pens, a Posca pen, a white highlight, thin white highlight, again where I need a white highlight, and then I've got a thin black one as well. That's great for cartoons. It's an Edding marker 8404. Have this in your toolbox as well. It's great for cartoon drawings, outlines of things, and also if you just want straight lines in your artwork, very thin straight lines, saves you masking everything up just to do one line. You could come in with an Edding marker and just draw that line in. The next thing is the wires. I have two sets of wires. I have the long wires and I have the short wires, and I'm going to show a video of me using these in this video where I do some hair, so you can see how I use all of these erasing techniques, especially the glass fiber, the dual-sided eraser, the X-Acto knife, and these wires together to create realistic hair. So watch to the end of this video and you'll see me create hair with these tools. So that's basically the lineup of tools that you need for hair or fur. So that's the erasing tools and my markers and things like that. Stencil wise, you want as many curves as you possibly can get. All these different shaped curves, right? Because you'll use all of these indents here, all the straight edges. You can see these have been used to death. This one's got circles in it. It's got loads of curves. This one's got like a wavy effect in it, almost like tears in metal and stuff like that. Again, a load of curves. You've got small little ones like that, which are great for the tops of teeth. You know, as many different shapes as you can. All these different curves there. And we got the middle inserts of this one, which are very small curves. So I use this a lot in portraits. Again, another curvy one. This one's got ovals rather than circles. So you'll use circles a lot, you'll use ovals a lot. And then I go on to textures. So I've got things like this, really harsh kind of camouflage kind of texture with organic edges. I always use these edges for rocks and stuff and bark in trees. I've got this texture as well, which is very light here, and as it goes up it gets more and more intense. And you know, these are great for skin pores, rocks again, metal effects. And then I've got standard square kind of grids, like for car grills and stuff like that. Anything industrial, these kind of shapes come into play. So you want as many different types of stencils as you can get. So just jump on Google and put in Mylar stencil. I think it's M-I-L-A-R, Mylar. It's basically a plastic that you can reuse again and again and again. You just wash them. Not that I have done that in a while, but you can just reuse them again and again and again, and they come back out as brand new. The other stencils that I use are material stencils. So this is a wadding that splits into layers, and you can have it as thin as you like or as thick as you like. I like it quite thin, and I get a lovely mottled effect in there. You've seen me use it in some of the tutorials. And this one's just basically a filter from a fish pond, I think, and they do different gradients of it. So the holes on those are quite big, but they get smaller and smaller and smaller depending on what filter you're using. And I use this for skin pores and stones and rocks and stuff like that. So it's a great one to spray through, and it's a great one for portraits and things like that. Tapes wise, I use a 1mm fine line, 2mm fine line, 3mm fine line, and a 6mm fine line for all my masking. And then I use a, this is called J tape or orange tape. It's got a wax seal to the edge, so it stops bleed through, and it's very low tack, so it doesn't pull up paint when you're masking. It comes in 24mm and 36mm, but it's perfect for what I need. Oh, Scotch-Brite is what we use to scuff our surface with, and tack rag is what we use, tacky rag is what we use to wipe off any overspray or debris that's landed on our projects. So watch the video, continue watching the video, and you'll see me use all of this erasing stuff on the hair to give you an indication of what, you know, what each tool does. I'm going to talk to you about surfaces and the surfaces you should be painting on in the next video. So make sure you watch that, because that applies to these tools and what we can and can't use on each surface. As you can see, I've already done some hair just to, you know, throw up an example of hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some more hair on this side and show you how I created this. So I'm just going to come in here. I'm just going to flick some off. Okay. I'm going to send some into this hair in the background here. Okay, so that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm using clayboard, so, and then I'm going to flip some more loops out, right? In fact, I'll do some waves. And then I'll do another loop because we need some layers. So I'll do some more layers there. Okay, now I'm just going to mist over the top. Just give it an overall mist. Okay, that's the first step. Okay. We need to make sure it's completely air dried. Now we'll come in with our glass fiber pen. So this is using our razor tools. So I'm going to come over and I'm just going to flick that hair into that hair. Right? And I'm just going to flick some in that way as well. And I'm just creating the form of the hair. Okay? If I want to use the flat side, you'll see my lines are thicker, right? Look, a lot thicker. If I use the edge of the glass fiber, they're thinner, look, very thin. Okay? I'm going to flip that one right up so I can take that as if it's almost its own sort of clump of hair itself, and then I'm going to have another one coming out of that hair behind and coming over. Right, so this is going in behind that hair. Okay, and I'll flip it round, so I'll keep it thin and then I'll flick it out so it's thicker. Right. And you want to get back to the board really, but leaving the black lines in between. And then we'll chuck some random hair in the background, uniformed hair in the background, and we'll come out that way. So I'm creating things that are going on in the background, and now I'll just grab some random angles on this bit and then do a little bit of hair that comes out there. This is just using the glass fiber just to create the form, and then I'll go back that way. Okay, so we got a bit of shape going on. That's what we wanted, a little bit of a shape. So, and now I'm just going to come in, I'm going to put thin lines in this lot. Okay, and this is all off the top of my head, so we've got a bit of shape to it now. Now what I can do is shield certain areas, so like there, and I can layer that bit there, and I'll layer that bit in the background there, and that bit there. So I'm putting this in front of this. Okay, there's a loop there, so I'm just going to shade that loop ever so slightly. Okay, and I'll shade this bit there as it comes round, so that is now in front of that. Okay, I might have to go in and touch that bit again, but now I'll start pushing up from the darkness up to our highlighted bit. Okay, if I flip that round, I can make it look like it's turning. See, just by adding that drop shadow there, I made that look like it's turning. Yeah? And then we can come in here and this becomes our highlight. Okay, up here we can do a bit of a layer, so there is a bit of a drop shadow under that bit. So we'll go over to that. There, we give that a little bit of a layer, and we'll layer this one as well, I think. So we'll just put a layer there. So we've got a couple of layers, and as that comes out, it goes to the highlight. Okay, now we shade this bit, and we want to shade just before it goes in, there, like that. Need some more paint. Okay, so we shield this bit and we hit underneath there, and then we do the same there. So, and then we'll push that bit, actually I'll put the shield there and I'll push all of that back a bit, and then we'll put a loop in there. There we go. Lots of messy hair. Okay, we'll just shade that bit there, shade that bit there, shade that bit there. You want to shade in the background there. Okay, at the moment it's looking very neat. Okay, we haven't got any of these sporadic hairs, so all we've used is the glass fibre. Now what I can do is I can come in and I can use the X-Acto knife and I can make those lines even thinner. Okay, just by dragging down, if I want to. That's very neat hair. Okay, and same on the corner here. I can come in and just really make those thinner. Really pick up on that corner. What I can also do is grab, in fact I'll do it afterwards, so I'm now going to just push that back, those starting points, and just missed over where I went in with the X-Acto knife. Okay, but now I'm going to be random with it. I'm just going to chuck in some random sort of natural hairs, as I call them, just hanging off. We will push them back. See, and it kind of merges in. There's all these, if you look at someone's hair, there are loads, hundreds of little hairs just floating. That's what makes it look realistic. And then we'll just push some of them back so they go into darkness, and we blend the whole thing together. I showed wires, so I'm going to show you how I use the wires. So basically, if I wanted to create some straight hair, but I wanted those black lines in the hair before I even start, I'll go through my wires and I'll get those black lines in the hair. Stay within the actual wires themselves and you'll get that lovely sort of hair in between the darker hairs, a bit like this where I've got the glass fibre. I've already got those lines in there before I even start. Okay, we can use the wires for starting of hair as well. We just do dots. It's probably better if I use the little one. Look, just dots. That's the start of, say, someone's forehead. As it goes out, look, as it goes out, we just start the hair off with those hairs first, right? And if I push into the forehead, look, I've got all those little hairs. Okay, great for sideburns, beards, anything like that. If I'm doing a beard, I'll go like this. I'll just mix it up. I'll just go all over the shot like that, and then I'll use the glass fibre to go in afterwards and take out what I don't want. So I'll go in and I'll come in and I'll do this all over the top of a beard, and it will create those little white, little black lines behind. You could use it for eyebrows. So if I want to do an eyebrow, just one dot. There you go. Another dot. Another dot. Another dot. Eyebrow. So simple, so simple. So wires, glass fibre, X-Acto knife, and if you want to soften like soft highlights in your hair, you can come in and use the white side of the dual-sided eraser, or even the soft pink, and just allow it to take a layer off so you get that highlight in the middle. So using these eraser tools are great. Well, I hope that helps. Gives you an indication of how to do hair using all of the eraser tools and the wires.